The last PT read aloud video that I made by showing you everything with full demo about the read aloud was hugely beneficial for many students. And then many of you requested me to make a similar video on PT repeat sentence, and then I said, why not? So this video is my answer to that request. PT repeat sentence, we are going to break you apart with complete demo. Like and subscribe and watch it right till the end. Hey everyone, this is Anurag here from Edutrainex PTE. I hope you all are doing great. Now, whatever Pearson publishes as the scoring guidelines and the AI that it builds behind to evaluate your responses is slightly different to what they publish. So I'm not saying that they are trying to lie to you, but we are trying to decode how the AI works. And we have also managed to replicate whatever strategies we and other channels are telling you is exactly what I'm going to show you. While every application that you have for PT practice, including ours, are mostly approximations of how the exam works, no one can claim that they provide you exactly the same scores what you will get in the PT exam. And if you really want to enjoy every benefit that we provide to our students, then you can contact us on WhatsApp for paid classes, where we will provide you access to the apps and every other resource that is available for you, including the unlimited classes. Again, like and subscribe, and let's start talking about the questions that we are going to do, because this is mostly a demo based video. So we will be using some questions. Again, when we talk about questions and what are coming in the exam right now, this is what we are going to use it. Okay, and if you are really interested to get the questions that are repeated in the exam, then we do provide two types of membership here on YouTube, Priority and VIP. In Priority, you get the prediction files, the most repeated questions for all the important modules for both the exam, PT Core and Academic, whereas VIP will give you a lot more, like grammar ebooks, vocabulary list, spelling list, templates, and some member exclusive videos as well. Right, so repeat sentence is something that is very, very important for your exam. So firstly, we have to understand how it works. How is the scoring according to what Pearson says, but it will vary slightly. So for content, it's not a very priority because this is not a memory question. That's why content is given less priority, only 3 points, whereas the remaining 5 points for pronunciation and oral fluency is still there, just like read aloud. And even for content, you get a lot of liberty. So don't be nervous, don't be anxious if you don't remember the entire thing. If you manage to say 60-70%, you can still manage to get 3 points out of 3. Even if it is slightly less, you can still get past 79 easily. So don't worry about the amount of content, just speak confidently and clearly. So these two are not compromised, oral fluency and pronunciation. Even if you manage to speak 50% but less than 60%, you still get 2 points for content. And if you are in this range, 10 to 50%, then you still get 1 point. Whereas if you don't say anything, of course, you will get 0 points. Or even if you say the minimum number of words, which is less than the amount that AI requires to calculate the scores, so you will not get any scores. So for example, if it is an 11 or 12 word sentence and you are just saying 2 words, then it is not giving you enough content for the AI to give you some scores. So we will also show you how to beat that as well. If you just remember, in the worst case scenario, if you just remember a little bit what was said. But what we need to focus is this part, pronunciation and oral fluency is what I am going to show you. So I'm going to show you these type of demos. Full sentence, where we say full sentence and our target is 79 plus, more than 70% but not complete, 50 to 70, only half sentence, less than half sentence, less than 20%. So this scenario will be quite interesting because I'll tell you how to avoid getting a 0 score. And then also the impact of pronunciation and fluency. You will see clearly when I fumble or when I hesitate, when I create unnecessary gaps, the scores related to fluency will drop down. Okay, that is a fact, even in the exam. Okay, so let's get our hands dirty. Let's do the full demo for the repeat sentence questions. Okay, so this is our portal where our students practice, and you can see when you start, you will see an audio player and audio recorder, and we have allowed the audio recorder so that you can record yourself, stop, you can listen to yourself, and only then you submit your questions for review. And the bottom part is more interesting, where you see the scores and the analysis is also saved. So, but when we attempt the question freshly, we will see the evaluations and suggestions, what is lacking in our response. This is exactly what a tool should be designed for, not to just give you the scores, but also to give you an analysis of what is good thing that you're doing, what is bad thing that you're doing, what needs to be improved. Now, this is still a simple evaluation. And if you see our other questions like essays, describe image, retell lecture, there is much more deeper analysis that the AI gives you. Okay, so the first scenario that we want to try is where we are speaking the whole thing and then see how we have to score. The main target is to cross 79. As I said, these are approximation techniques, approximation analysis that you are getting here. In the exam, it could be a little bit more, little bit less, but main thing is what you feedbacks you get. So let's listen to the audio.
People are known for their willingness to help others in need.
So what I'm going to do is try to speak the whole thing as much as I remember, but I'll focus on pronunciation and fluency. People are known for their willingness to help others in need. You can hear it, or you can just submit a question for evaluation. It will take some time because it needs to check various things and then give you the analysis, but it's not going to take ages. It will give you a detailed feedback as well of what problems we have. So we got 11 out of 11 matches. Word speed also, it shows you perfect condition word speed. No unnecessary pauses, because if you have pauses, pronunciation little bit, I think I made mistake or it did not listen properly. Now pauses, if you pause unnecessarily, there will be slashes here and there, and those will cause some penalty. So that is what you also need to see and learn from it. Okay, now the interesting part is, let's see, because I am using the microphone that is different to what I have here. So maybe the pronunciation or loudness is getting affected, but you can try it. Main target is 79, crossing 79, and that's what I have been able to achieve. 81 out of 90. Okay, fluency was good, content was also great. Pronunciation, as I said, can go a little bit up and down because I got a red one. Maybe it was too loud or not very clear when I said it. Now the second scenario, when I'm going to try to speak only 70%. So I'm going to say that people are known for their willingness to help others in need. That was the full sentence. People are known for their willingness to show others in need. So I'm going to just say till people are known for their willingness to. And this time I'll try to focus on pronunciation more. People are known for their willingness to. Okay, now the interesting part is happening where it is trying to do the evaluation, and I've tried to use some lip movement as well so that I can get better scores. But this time, content wise, I did not speak that much, so there will be some expected errors over here, but speed wise, I was still good and no unnecessary pauses. It still had problem understanding in one of the words. Okay, so let's see the score now. And if you see the scores, I've still managed to cross 79 plus. That was my target. Even by speaking 70%, but I maintained my fluency and I maintained my pronunciation. I tried not to make any errors. Don't compromise on the pausing part. Now the problem starts happening when people are not pronouncing properly. Now let's cover the content scenario and then we'll talk about pronunciation and fluency issues. So this time I'm going to say less than half or close to half. People are known for their willingness. It's still more than half, so I will say people are known for their, like that. But it will decrease the speed because I am saying an incomplete sentence. So the scores will be not very desirable, but still try to maintain the pronunciation and fluency. People are known for their. And then I click for a review. Of course, these matches will come even down because I have not said as many words, but let's see the impact on the score. When we try to say everything, we still managed to cross 79. When we said around 60 to 70%, still managed to cross 79. And this time only 4 matches. And pronunciation wise, and this is the score. So as you can see what I did, now I am landing up because content wise I reduced it further, but still not that bad. What it is trying to suggest you, because I have spoken less than 50%, so that I lost 2 points as well for content. But if you see properly in the exam as well, if you speak decently and pronounce decently, you can still cross 71, 72, sometimes 73, 74 as well, depending on the total count of words and how many words you spoke. If it is below 50%, then the criteria changes a little bit. Now, what happens in the worst case scenario? This is important to discuss because you only remember one or two words. In that case, if you just say people are, and then let's see what the response AI gives us. People are. Okay, I just said 2 words out of 11 words that we have here, and we are expecting a 0 score because I did not speak enough for the AI to calculate a score for me. And this happens in the exam as well. If you just speak 1 word or 2 word, don't expect a magic to happen. Okay, so 10 errors are there, and as expected I got a 0 score. But how I can avoid this scenario is by adding something in the end to at least give something for the AI to calculate a score on fluency and pronunciation as well. So let's try something, adding something to the end. So I just remember people are, thank you very much. So I just added some garbage text in the end just to avoid 0 score, because I know I don't remember anything, only 1 or 2 words, but I still need to give something for the AI to check my fluency, check my pronunciation. So error wise, of course, it will error out, and at least I managed to get 13 points instead of a 0. See, 15 points for fluency, 15 points for pronunciation, and content only 10 points because hardly I spoke anything, right? So that's what will happen to you in the exam as well. Match wise, it's still a lot of errors. Speed wise, it was okay. Now let's start talking about the scenarios related to pronunciation and hesitations, because you're trying to remember the whole thing when you are speaking, and that's when mistakes happen. So this time I'm going to speak the whole thing, but I'm going to pause unnecessarily because I'm trying to imitate that I'm thinking. This exactly happens to you in the exam. People are known for their willingness to help others in need. So you see, the graph itself is telling you that you were not fluent, because I'm trying to think, then at that point of time my speech stops. So same thing happens with many of you in the exam. Main thing is, as much as you remember, just say it in one flow. See, I said the whole thing, content is not important. Main part is pronunciation and oral fluency, and this type of response will get me a much lower score. Now if I see the scores, see, I said the whole thing, so I should have crossed 79 easily, right? But see how the pronunciation also came down, because pronunciation, fluency, they are tested together. That's how the software works, and ours as well. So there are, and you see the gaps that I added unnecessarily. So 2 unnecessary pauses, it is showing me I spoke with a slow speed because I was thinking and speaking. So speed wise also I lost there. Pauses also I made unnecessary pauses. So all these factors contributed. See, content score is quite high, but no use, right? Because content is only 3 points total. So out of 90, it will be how much? Around something around this. So this is what you need to avoid. And if you are speaking less than 100% and again you are committing a lot of mistakes, then even scores will vary. So let's try something like that. People are known for their willingness. So this time I added fumbles, and I didn't even speak the whole thing. Till willingness only I spoke, and pronunciation was also very bad. So again, if this happens to you in the exam, the scores will come down. Okay, so I'm not expecting a good score at all, and exactly what I get, 46 out of 90. See how my pronunciation was impacted, how my fluency was impacted. Content wise, still managed to cross 50, but as I said, unnecessary pauses. See all the red ones, poor pronunciation, all the red ones, unnecessary. 3 places I paused. So this can happen to you as well. Even if I don't pause, speak very fluently, but I'm not pronouncing the words properly, let's check that scenario as well. People are known for the willingness to help others in need. So this time what did I do? I was fluent, okay, but I was not very clear in the way I was pronouncing the words. No lip movements were there, and my mouth was closed. And this can also be affected by your native accents. Okay, so if you have influence of native accents, see, content wise I mashed, speed wise no problem, pausing wise no problem, okay, but pronunciation 56. So this is what can happen to your pronunciation. And Same thing is also showed here. The score is calculated together and it came very close to 50. So native accents can have a lot of impact on your scores. So even if you are completely fluent and even if you are speaking the whole thing, but still you are not able to cross 79 because you're not pronouncing the words properly. The AI is not able to understand. Some accents we have asked, help. So I'll try to combine all of them together and see what comes out. People are known for their willingness to help others in need. Okay, I may have exaggerated that, but I'm just trying to imitate the scenarios collectively. I'm not trying to hurt anyone's sentiments by imitating them, but I'm just trying to give you scenarios here. Okay, so let's not get critical about me imitating someone, but let's try to understand the exam and how the scoring works. So if you think you were fluent and everything, this time I spoke slow, but pausing wise it was still fluent, and pronunciation again close to 58. Fluency still I had it, content still I had it. So again similar scores. Whatever happens, if you don't fix the problems in the pronunciation, it will have problems for you to reach or get past 79. Of course, all of the things will be important, speed, pausing, and your fluency, but try to use a little bit of lip movement as well so that you pronounce the words clearly. Okay, I hope this demonstration helps you to understand how repeat sentence works very closely of what it's working in the exam. Same thing we have tried to add and update in our AI as well so that you get a more realistic analysis. That is what the aim of our platform is, not to give you exactly the same score as Pearson. No one can guarantee that. So this task is fairly simple if you focus on pronunciation and oral fluency as well. Now, if you ask me which technique is the best, I will tell you this is not a memory game. You need to focus on remembering as much as you can, but you have to continue focusing on the fluency and the pronunciation part. Even if you remember half, speak confidently and you can still beat 79, at least in that question. And even in the worst case scenarios, the same way that I showed to you. What do you do in the worst case scenario when you just remember 1 or 2 words? In that case, you append some words that you have pre-memorized, like thank you very much. So at least it gives something for the AI to calculate your score, okay, rather than to just get a 0. So those are only to be used for worst case scenario. Don't try to overkill it by adding it in after every sentence that you speak. That's not going to do any good to your scores, only saves you from the worst case scenario. So focus on that and then try to implement it. Many of our students have used the same techniques and they have managed to get 79 plus score. Most of them 85, 90 scores. So you can implement the same and this is going to work in the exam. We have tested it and we have also applied the same on our AI as well. So it is kind of matching with the actual Pearson. But again, as I said, disclaimer is that no one can guarantee that. Any websites that you see are giving you ads that is saying, yes, our AI or evaluation is exactly same as the Pearson. They're lying to you. Okay, that's just approximation. No one can guarantee that. So I hope this clarifies a lot of things for you related to the repeat sentence question, which is a PT speaking high priority module. I'm quite sure after watching and understanding how it works, you will be able to do a lot better. Once again, if you are interested in getting the extra benefits that we offer on YouTube via the priority and the VIP memberships, you can find the link in the description as well as on our channel. Whereas if you are interested to join us for live classes as well as these access to everything, then you have to WhatsApp us. And in the meantime, if you have not watched the video that I presented to you for the PT Read Aloud with complete demo, decoding the mystery of scoring, please go and watch that. Keep watching Edutrainex and I'll soon be back with another super informative video on PT topics. See you soon.